Jawahar Kanchilal, founder and CEO of Streams AI, an award-winning AI-driven revenue impact platform, transforming enterprise, learning, and sales enablement. A pioneer in mobile services, he created Nokia Life Tools, reaching 125 million users. I think that calls in for a huge round of applause. Recognized globally for innovation, he mentors startups and leaders while pursuing his passion for theatre and storytelling. That's quite interesting. Once again, a warm welcome to Mr. Jawahar Kanchilal.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Is the mic on? It is on. Okay, great. So, namaste, greetings to all. AI. So, AI, artificial intelligence, such a buzzword, sustainability. It's on from there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. AI, AI, AI. It's okay, then I'll take on the podium.
Testing.
Does this work now? So I get 2 minutes for this, extra. So, okay, guys. So, AI and sustainability have been the buzzwords. And what my realization has been, I'm not from the lubes industry or the fuel industry. I'm a mechanical engineer, started life with Tata Motors. So I have an understanding of the space. But I didn't have such a deep understanding at the molecular level. And what I realized is the lubes industry is naturally sustainability inclined. And why is that? Because lubes remove friction, ensure performance, longer life, less fuel consumption, low carbon emissions, and there you go. Similarly, longer life, less scrap, and there you go once again. So it's naturally inclined to sustainability. Similarly, I think, is this work? Yeah, I think the lubes industry is also AI inclined very naturally. And this will tell you the story. Absolutely clear that when you refine crude into value-adding products, at the base of it all, artificial intelligence is doing just that. Mining your data, continuing to create an engine of intelligence, and delivering that to be able to make decisions. Now, when you talk about decisions, we take decisions every day in life, from simple decisions to complex ones. When I say simple decisions, where the parameters involved are very few and direct. For example, I need to be in Kandivali at this point in time. I know what time I should leave because it's clear weather. I know I'll be able to walk 2 minutes into the metro. I know the timelines, etc. So there are a lot of known knowns in the space. And I know exactly how to reach there. Simple decision. But the moment it is raining, one parameter changed. Now that 2 minutes become 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Depends if I have an umbrella or not, whether I should wait it out or then go through. So as the parameters increase, the decision-making complexity increases. And as decision-making complexity increases, we as human beings can't make those decisions very clearly. It goes beyond our human comprehension. And what happens then? We relegate it from the head to the gut, isn't it? We say we have a gut feel, we've taken a gut feel to this decision. Now imagine if this gut is replaced by a machine which has supernormal compute power, which is able to, in fast microseconds, so therefore real time from a human perspective, analyze all the stuff and give you information. Actually, what is your gut doing? Your gut is not really your gut, it's your head, it's your brain, but it is going behind, looking at all your past experiences, trying and deriving correlations, interconnections, and then coming to a conclusion that too you're not sure. It's probabilistic, it's not deterministic. And therefore you say, it's my gut feel, I take a call, I can't guarantee the result. I take a call and let's see. So the gut means, great. Now similarly, if we have outsourced the gut feel to an intelligent being, an engine somewhere, that essentially is AI. So, in effect, AI, the technology, will enable us to amplify intelligence, again AI, to be able to create a higher aware individual, again AI. So AI will create AI. Okay? Now you will see this example about how AI is walking into our lives so seamlessly and nicely. Before that, AI, ML, Gen AI, LLM, these are all terms that are being thrown around all the time. Artificial intelligence is a term broadly used for, decisions that are taken. ML takes into account past experiences, algorithms run through it, whatever the output is there is fed back into the algorithm, and then it refines itself for further decision making, right? So this is a continuous process. That's machine learning. The machine is learning, just like our gut is developing, the machine is learning overall. And what about Gen AI, generative AI? It's all about, the underlying fabric there is a learning model, large language learning models, and it is more cognitive. It has the power to take some, not just what-if decisions, yes-no decisions, but it can start reasoning out. So it goes beyond logic into cognition. Cognition would actually mean that I am going beyond the reasoning capability, which is very mathematical, which is very deterministic, to also add some flavor of probabilistic nature to it. And so therefore, whenever you type something, it gives you results, right? And world has changed, search has changed. The most innovative company, Google, when you go and search, it used to give you a list of search items, but then we had to click, read each of those sources, and then process it in our head about what we want the information and the answer to be. Now you go to any of the search engines, you type in, it even does that work for you. Okay? So it is going to that extra level of cognition. Now we will see how this translates all of it into our life, into the lubes and the fuel industry. So beginning from exploration, refining, blending, multiple stages. So I am sure the tribologists amongst you, the R&D, additive, what particle, what properties, how much to mix, what to mix, how to create a new blend is time consuming. We take for granted whatever the time it takes, but it is still taking time. All right? Now what if you can crunch the time over here by mathematical models? That's where you'll use. Actually, the pharmaceutical industry has used this very, very effectively as drug discovery. A lot of drugs, pharma, need to actually, you need to do a lot in the lab. Similarly, you need to do a lot of lab work in creating formulations over here. I go into distribution. We understand this much better because route optimizations, warehouse, SKU planning, it's much closer to the audience here. And so therefore we understand that better. It's algorithmically determined and it zooms past. But what if, and I will share some examples later, what if one or two of your distribution, if there is a change in demand, would you have been able to predict that? Or you would have transported whatever you did in the past and let the material there and then again transport it back to wherever it is. So if there is an ability for you to predict, you can do wonders in terms of optimization over here. Okay? So let me take you to a zone which you probably all will relate to, I relate to. And I will introduce you to Manoj, the manager, Derek, the DSR, and Gomes, the garage owner. So look at the day in the life of these people. The manager starts his day by saying that, okay, boss, I need to meet my targets. And he scampers all over the office to get the latest data. It's the 15th of the month, mid of the month, and how much have I done? And he's able to get definitive numbers for 3 days, 4 days back, because you've got to download multiple Excel sheets, things are coming in from the field, you have to reconcile a lot. So his ops team has given him 3 days before figures. Now what does he do? He starts calling up his people, or maybe his DSRs. And then what do they say? Yes, boss, I will achieve it, don't worry, I will achieve it. I know, I will achieve it. But last 3 months you've been saying I'll achieve it, and you just fall short of your target. No, sir, this time I will. I know I will. Okay. And the same thing goes on. Now look at Mr. Gomes, the garage owner. Now he's wondering that nobody from this company which has come and put their board on my garage is coming to visit me for the last 3 months. See? They've put a board and they've forgotten. Yeah. Because before Derek, there used to be Bob. And Bob had recruited this garage, and he used to be knowing that he needs to go and nurture this guy. Bob has left in the last 3-4 months, Derek, and it's absolutely skipped Derek's attention. Despite it being on his journey plan. Can you beat it? Because he goes wayward. He thinks, and wherever he started getting more resonance with his offers, he goes and spends more time there. But here is an opportunity lost. So when Gomes has a competitor's salesperson coming, a DSR coming, he gladly gives him the order. And he starts nurturing that, despite having some other company's board. Okay? Do you all relate to this or not? There are inefficiencies in the system. Do you all relate to that? Just nod, yes or no, what? Yes, okay. Okay. So now let's see what happens with artificial intelligence, what happens with amplifying the intelligence, making it available all over. First and foremost, don't think of each of these stakeholders or functions as silos. That's a good place to start, because most companies and all of us have started there. You've got to improve that vertical by vertical, but the real value starts coming in when all of them are connected, when they are integrated, when your backstream, the downstream, midstream, upstream, all of them seem integrated. The same thing is happening here. Okay? This industry is actually AI inclined. You guys think the way the AI needs you to think. Remember that, huh? You guys actually have, as an industry, a solid advantage. Now it's about drawing those analogies and seeing. So take a look here. Let me take you to the DSR's life, Derek. He starts remember the day he started? Just looked at his journey plan and started going, and then got distracted, and somebody else called him, he went somewhere else, etc. So his journey plan is journey plan. He would have gone to 50% of the outlets, but that's how he missed Mr. Gomes. Correct? That's how he missed Mr. Gomes. Okay? So now imagine he starts the day, and his gut, which is now outsourced intelligence on his app, is telling him, Derek, today there is an opportunity for you to get 700 liters order from these 20 outlets you will be visiting. And please focus on A, B, and Z. These guys are buying less. They are at the risk of you losing them. Third point, we have introduced a new product, Titanium Pro. Go to J, M, and C, they have a larger tendency to buy this. And of course, all this, I am telling you, of the 20, you definitely should get 50 liters plus from these 10 outlets. What have you done to him? Now see how sharp his gut has become. Same guy, starting the day with this information, which has mined and presented to him. He is purposeful for that day. He zooms in, he knows exactly what he needs to do when he's out there on the field. Midday, he is being told, okay, your run rate for the day looks like you've covered 40%, but hang in, these 4 outlets that you are going next to are key because one of them is susceptible to lapsing, stop buying from you. The other guy is great one for you to actually not just 50 but 70 liters, etc. Okay? So with that intelligence, now when he is visiting Gomes, they're saying, Gomes, now it's changed. Huh? He's been visiting Gomes for a long time. So Gomes knows Derek. So Gomes, and this conversation happens between Gomes and Derek. Says, Gomes, how are you, etc. And then at the end of the day, how much are you buying? No problem, I will take. But Gomes is now asking, imagine the roles have reversed. Gomes is asking because Gomes' app is telling him about Titanium Pro well in advance, telling him the advantage of that. And Gomes knows that he's been buying, it's November now, he's been buying over the last 10 months, he's bought about 3,000 liters. And there is a possibility of him being ranked in the Chairman's Club recognition as a hero if he goes to 3,500 liters by the end of the year. He says, okay, so now he is asking Derek, can you give me Pro X amount and many other liters and many other volumes, right? So the role has reversed because now Gomes is also more intelligent and more aware about what he can achieve and what he can do. Okay? So now imagine the manager, Manoj, the manager. At the end of the day, Manoj is being given a report that of your 25 DSRs, these 4 need applause because they have gone and got more than their daily average predicted. These 3 need to be actually coached and trained by you because they have consistently not performed even today. And for the over the last 15 days, they have just been able to get their daily target 3 times. So these guys are kind of your weak spots. Imagine the intelligence coming to the manager, so he focuses himself exactly on what he needs to do. Okay? I've talked about Gomes as part of Derek, and I am seeing the clock ticking away here. I know that there's 5 minutes more for me here now. But so you guys see the day in the life with amplified intelligence, a more aware individual, a more confident, a more productive individual. So this is not theory. This is reality. We have been doing this with Castrol in some countries. So here is an example of what we've been doing with Castrol in Indonesia over the last few years. So change doesn't happen. There are some business metrics, but the change does not happen by just flogging a horse. Change does not happen by looking at reports and saying, hey, you're lacking here, give him a slap. Again, you're lacking here, give him a slap. Change does not happen like that. Change happens when, along with pointing out where you are failing or where the gap is, you show the way to the person what to do. And showing the person what to do means you have to drive diligence in their journeys, you have to drive a lot of behavior changes, etc. And that's what we've been able to do, and over a period of time with a lot of gamification kind of things. Gamification need not be only on incentives, which is a post facto thing. Incentives are given on sales done. But what are you doing to influence the outcome positively in your favor? And that is the key aspect, because if you have intelligence and information well in advance at the point in time of when it matters, at that transaction, at that interaction, that is when change happens. Okay? So what we've seen is, over the few quarters, these dots are individuals. And each one, the lower quadrant, is representative of people who are not as diligent, and y-axis is their individual sales output. So over a period of time, by whispering into them, showing them the path, and changing their behavior, you see the difference. The cluster has moved more to the right and then starts going up as well after some time. So this is the proof that if you do it in a continuous mode, showcase exactly what person has to do, you can shift the needle, you can move mountains. And you can change culture. The biggest thing that we hear, because we've been now thinking about this, culture change can't happen. But you can, if it is done in the right way and with the right tech and with the right methodology in place. Okay? So that's what AI can deliver, which then enables you to plot exactly from a capability point of view what you need to do and how you can drive each individual up. So AI is taking each individual's performance up, individual by individual. Because each individual is at a different stage and they need to be instructed or guided differently. If you try and throw the blanket, which is our traditional way of doing it, and this is the big difference coming into our lives. This is a big difference coming into our lives of how we as managers change and act. We have been ingrained to actually have one scheme that should matter and work. Need not. We have one way of doing it across. We teach people in a class assuming all of them will go through the same level. No. We have technology now to be able to pinpoint, look at individuals, individual by individual, and then address it to increase the output up. That is the power of AI. I will quickly run through. So at the end of the day, AI is not replacing human beings. AI is enabling human beings better. It's making you aware better. It's amplifying and making available the intelligence at your fingertips when you need it the most. Okay? That's what this is doing. So most companies then come and ask, what do we do? How do we start? Start small. Think small. Look at problems that are beleaguering you and start driving from here. Because making a change is not an easy task. Don't think that you will throw tech at something and the whole system will change. Along with technology, you need to have the right methodology in place. Otherwise, you will not be successful. And so therefore, whenever you see companies that are, selling only tech, and the whole industry adopts that tech or that tech player, but there are some who use it better and therefore get more mileage out of it and do it better. So always it's tech and methods. That is the winning combination. It's not just technology, it's not just methodology. So that's what it is. At the end of the day, we are at the cusp of a big change. And that big change will make us rethink and make us think how we process information, how we think about enabling our people all through. Okay? Eventually, it will be what it is intended to be, and it is an inevitability. That if there is a way in which performance improves, advantage comes, the whole industry will move in that manner. Thank you very much. I hope I have been able to shed some light.